Hey, it's Alex, and I just watched After the Storm, one of Japanese master Hirokazu Kore-eda's most recent features, which I hadn't seen. I recently discovered Kore-eda, and he is very quickly becoming a favorite of mine. Nobody alive writes characters that feel nearly as real as him. His movies are totally unexaggerated, with nothing revealed to the audience that doesn't come naturally. It's a very interesting style he has, one that allows him to take all spectacle out of cinema and focus on the humanity of his characters. He is perhaps the greatest humanist we are lucky enough to have working today, and After the Storm is a great entry into his filmography. It shows him building perhaps his most vulnerable, human, and exciting protagonist yet in the father that forms the beating heart of the picture. He is the most pathetic Kore-eda character I've seen yet, constantly wrestling with a mind that destroys itself whether he knows it or not. This is contrasted with his attempt to try and convince himself he's a loving father, leading to some heart-wrenching moments. Like a climactic conversation with his ex-wife during the titular storm. The lead actor, forgive my pronunciation, Hirokazu, is fantastic throughout the movie. He perfectly plays this unconfident man desperate for anyone to just appreciate him, and when he inevitably fails, the performance helps it feel totally real. The storm is hardly a part of the film though, even in the scenes where it's present it's a tool of confinement instead of one of tone. There's an aspect there that could have been utilized better to create some interesting moments or symbolism. Although the protagonist is up there with Kore-eda's greatest creations, his singular focus on this man makes the side characters less interesting than usual. Don't get me wrong. They are no less lifelike, but they do seem less interesting, partly because the focus on the protagonist makes them seem unattainable. This works really well for his story, but when he pairs two side characters in a major scene together, the emotional attachment just isn't there. That doesn't mean the scenes are bad, they are still tied together by Kore-eda's writing, not to mention Kore-eda's filmmaking, which is as reserved and beautiful as ever. There are so many moments Kore-eda just allows the camera to observe its characters look out a window. Just doing the menial things that form lives, it does so much to help the audience feel connected with him. The final shot, which is literally just a street, hits so hard. It's menial, yet it feels like the most satisfying end imaginable to the story he's telling. Kore-eda is a master at work, and I hope he continues making movies as great as this one. I will give After the Storm an 8 out of 10, although I would not be surprised if it gets better on rewatch.